Now, the Flagstaff City Council met again this Tuesday night, and we had a chance to sit down with Kim Ott to talk about what was discussed and what's coming up on their agenda.
Hi, I'm Anthony Rosales here in the studio, and we have Kimberly Ott with the City of Flagstaff. Now, Kimberly, we were talking about the City Council. Yeah. What was it exactly you guys had in the meeting for last week?
Yeah, we talked about a couple things. Kind of the big ones I think your viewers will want to know about is approving a contract for a new city manager. Josh Copley's been approved and will actually start work in September for the City of Flagstaff. So that was one item. And the other one was the council basically approved the language, or basically the questions, 7 questions for a ballot come November that voters in the City of Flagstaff will make decisions on. And these are potential charter changes, and they range from little things potentially like letting the city manager call a special meeting if needed, to all the way to potentially changing the limits on the purchasing limits for the city. So right now we have a threshold of $50,000 before it needs to go to a formal bid. Okay. This question would ask voters, can we bump that up to $100,000? Okay. So there's a series of questions, and voters will see that come November, and we'll obviously do more education as time gets closer.
Oh, perfect. And then I know we were talking about for next week.
Yeah.
And next week you guys had something about parking permits.
Yeah, this kind of folds from the student housing issue. Okay. You know, there's been new development. There's also, we know that NAU is growing, and sometimes in some of the residential areas adjacent to campus, there's been concern that it's all student parking because of the expensive prices for NAU permits. So one of the discussion points has been, should there be a residential permit system where they kind of have their own permit to park in their neighborhood? And so that's going to come before council. It's a discussion point. There's no action expected to be taken, but it's something that there's been concern brought up, and so there's been a group of people from NAU in the city that have been meeting, and they're going to come talk before council of what that might look like and how it might go forward.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us, Kimberly Ott, and back to you guys at the desk.